Hello and welcome to Min in a Tub. We are so thankful this evening to be here with you again.
Thank you.
This is episode 309. That's season 3, episode 9. This has been
some of us would rather be somewhere else.
4 years in the making. And we are here tonight to celebrate you and us together.
Can we back up a second? Did I just hear someone say some of us would rather not be here?
Well, I mean, we'll get to it.
I
mean,
just
there's
Jeremy
things that are important this week.
I ignore him every day.
It's best to just ignore his thoughts and things he says. He likes to derail the momentum. So if you just don't acknowledge the derailment, we'll be fine.
I'm sorry. I usually get derailed. It's just the way that I am.
That's why this dynamic works.
Is that what we're calling this now? Dynamic.
It's not staying still, that's for sure.
Yeah. Well, we are here again.
If it's always the same.
We're glad that things are happening and people are people, and this is a podcast, whether you're watching live on Twitch right now or you're
listening
on your listening devices.
We welcome you.
Or if you're watching later on YouTube.
Yeah, you can
also
watch on YouTube. That is an option.
Twitching?
Where we are the Min in the Tub.
Subscribe to us on YouTube. That'd be great.
Follow us on Twitter. Like us on Facebook.
Facebooks.
What do you do on Twitch? Is it follow?
Follow us on Twitch. Yeah. Do those things.
Ask us questions.
Talk to us. We will talk to you as long as you're nice and stuff. Don't be a jerk. We'll block you.
Yeah.
No, we won't. We'll do favors for you. Someday we may call upon you for a favor.
These are all true things.
We'll make you an offer you can't refuse.
Exactly.
These are all references to things, too. Yeah, so what's going on, folks? Men and mental men and mateys.
Mateys. Yar!
Mateys. Please tell me that's not the new catchphrase.
It might be. Yar!
It totally is. It's what we're doing now. It's like a thing that we're going to do from here on out.
It's how we operate.
Oh, okay.
Just not act like a pirate did, or talk like a pirate did.
Just get okay with it. Just be all right with it. Just don't question it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anything cool happening? Anybody doing stuff that's cool?
I went to a baseball game this weekend.
Oh, sports.
Yeah.
That's a nice little. I see what you're doing there.
What are you doing there?
What am I doing there?
I see what tree you're barking up.
I was just saying I went to Kansas City and I went to a baseball game and I had some barbecue at a place called Plowboys.
Yeah, that's a good place.
Have you been there?
I have.
It is pretty good. I will say the sauce was not.
Did they have
sea sauce?
It left a little bit to be desired. I will say that.
Did they have the boiled peanuts?
I did not see boiled peanuts
on the appetizer menu.
They may have. I may have just not bought them.
They're disgusting.
Are they?
Completely gross.
Not according to Frank Underwood.
They're gross.
Now I got a couple questions for you, Kyle.
All right, let's hear them.
Number 1, is it true that everything is up to date in Kansas City?
Probably not.
Okay.
Up to date as in.
Up to date.
Have they gone about as far as they could go?
I think so, but I'm not sure I'm following this reference.
It's Oklahoma.
Oh, okay.
No, okay, L-O-H-A-M-A.
Yeah.
It's like some musical nerd.
I think
joke.
it was a musical joke. You saw the musical. I know you've seen the musical
He was
before.
in the musical in high school.
I was never in anything in high school.
No, but
he wasn't even in high school.
Yeah.
I know
Not
you've
most
seen
of the
it
time. I was in the mall. Because that was cool to hang out in the 90s in the mall.
Did you hang out with Jay and Silent Bob?
Did you buy that jacket when you were in the mall?
You like this jacket?
Is that why you're wearing it?
Yeah. I bought
your
this
time in the mall?
I bought this in 1989, so I don't know what you're talking about. Let's look it up.
Second question, Kyle.
Yes, second question.
Was KC mighty at the bat?
No, they were not mighty at the bat. They
okay.
lost.
Did they strike out?
A lot of times.
Spoiler.
I know.
The game already happened.
Oh, my mistake.
I like how Eric is just zipping his jacket in the microphone right now. What are you doing? Are you comfortable?
Oh, sorry. Is that annoying?
Not really.
I was just checking to make sure you're okay.
I was gonna try to do some record scratching with it, but then I don't know.
That didn't really work.
Zippers.
Wicco.
Scratching.
Wicco.
It was all right.
Wicca. No.
I don't think you could be any whiter right now.
You could be.
Oh, there's a way. Where there's a will, there's a white.
Racist.
Yeah, why do I gotta be white?
Yeah.
I don't identify as that. I don't racially identify as white.
Oh boy.
Oh, here we go.
All lives matter? Is that?
What? Yeah, maybe. I guess lives do matter.
Yes.
Yeah.
I will agree with that statement.
Yeah.
Including
Sweet.
animal lives. Are you a vegetarian?
Who are we talking about?
Jeremy.
Yeah. Is that someone who avoids
Doesn't eat meat.
vegetables and just because you protect?
He's
the
not a
vegetables,
vegetarian.
Because you're a vegetarian. Because
you
you're pro
believe
veggie. And they're
in
lying.
letting the veggies stay on the vine.
Oh.
No, actually, the stuff on the vine you can drink. It's the other stuff like tomatoes. Those can stay on the vine.
Oh, okay.
I like tomatoes.
I guess you could drink tomatoes too.
Yeah. You could drink those in several different
With
drinks.
some carrots and stuff like that.
Yeah. It's called
Ooh,
V8.
V8.
Hey.
I like spicy V8.
I was
It is
going
pretty
to
good.
slap Trevor on the forehead,
Trademark.
and I figured that would be mean.
Oh, don't slap Trevor.
Why were you going to
That's
slap
mean.
me?
Why-
Because you could have had a V8! Because he's the one closest to me.
Stop picking on Trevor.
So wait, you were gonna do it like this?
Ah!
Could have had a V8.
Yeah, basically, but I'm also wearing rings, so that probably
That would be painful.
Yes,
And
that's
the brass knuckles.
why I didn't do it.
Yeah.
Well, why would I shoot a man before throwing him out of a plane?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Make sure he's dead.
Right. Hey, I went to McDonald's today.
Did you?
I did.
Well, I'm glad to see the conversation is going in an interesting direction.
I wanted to talk about it because, you know, was it last week or the week before we talked about McDonald's?
I think
it
we
was
touched
last
on
week.
it last week.
Yeah, so
Breakfast.
So for those who might know, breakfast is coming to McDonald's shortly. Well, so I was at McDonald's.
really?
It's never been there before.
And
Never
all day.
before
All
has
day
there been
breakfast.
breakfast.
Wow. All day breakfast. Anyway, so I was thinking about that, and I was like, I should go get something at McDonald's. So I did, and it was horrible.
Why was it horrible?
Well, it
What'd you
wasn't
get?
breakfast. So I get in the drive-thru, and I come up, and the lady on the intercom says something half comprehensible, like they always do. And there was something about the buns being room temperature. And I was like, okay, cool.
What? Like, sorry, your buns are room temperature today.
Yes! Yeah.
That's
And
awesome.
so I was like-
pickles with
And I was like, okay. I was like, okay, I'll have a number 2.
Hold the buns.
With no pickles.
Get it?
Yeah, I get
Yes,
it.
I get it.
Yeah.
I figured I'd beat the dead horse.
Yeah, and with Kyle's little sound, that helped it.
Yeah. It's not very loud though.
I'm sorry about that. I'll get it loud. I'll make it loud.
All right.
Do it again.
One more time.
Yeah.
Wait,
There you go.
whoa.
It's like-
That one
was
sounded
really loud.
extra juicy.
That was not holding the buns, because there was no... Anyway.
Yeah, you should try
Yeah,
hold it.
yeah, that'll stop it.
So what happened at McDonald's?
So I ordered my number 2.
Sorry.
and I go up to the
Poop jokes are funny.
and I go up to the window to pay for it, and I go to pay for it, and I'm like, so what was that about the buns being room temperature? And she's like, yeah, our toaster's broke.
Oh man.
And I was like,
Can't have McDonald's now.
oh, okay. Well, I was like, it can't be that big of a difference, right? It's just a toasted bun or a non-toasted bun. You eat non-toasted buns like on burgers all the time, right?
Do you?
Well, if you're making a hamburger at home,
I like to toast my buns.
maybe you toast your bun.
I
don't.
mean, I'll eat it without it, but without being toasted. But it's nicer when they're toasted.
Okay, so I get my food.
Uh-huh. They
And
give you
I-
a discount
No, they gave me a large Coke instead of the medium, so that was kind of cool.
because our buns weren't toasted.
Yeah, I mean,
Here, have a large
Whatever.
Coke. That ought to hold
So-
you over.
yeah, absolutely. So I ended up not being able to finish eating the number 2. There you go.
Because
That's what I'm here
Because
for.
the bun wasn't
I
toasted.
get the first bite and I'm like, this tastes disgusting. I mean, not McDonald's normal disgusting, but like gross disgusting.
Yeah.
Because if anyone, who doesn't know what a number 2 is? Everyone, other than the joke.
I have no
McDonald's.
idea what a number 2
It's-
is. A Big Mac?
No,
No,
it's
Big Mac's
it's
number 1.
it's
the
number
two
2
cheeseburgers.
Two
because
cheeseburgers.
it's 2 cheeseburgers.
Okay.
Yeah, and so they're like 3 times the amount of bun as there is
Yeah.
what they call meat on it. But they're okay, and it was incredibly disgusting.
Why was it
because
gross,
it tasted like I was just eating the bun.
Okay.
There was no other flavor. It was a bun with ketchup, is what it tasted like.
I've eaten that.
Wait, because there was no meat?
Because there's virtually no meat, and it got
so what was wrong with
indistinguishable.
it? I don't get it.
It's
always that way. It's always more bun than meat.
But when the bun is toasted, I think there's a little more
it's like soft
texture,
and squishier, so like you don't notice it.
Yeah, exactly. But anyway, so I asked them. I said, "Are you sure it's broke, or are you just replacing it with one of the new toasters that toasts for both breakfast and the regular buns? Because you guys are going to have that food breakfast all day." And she's like, buns. "Actually, those are on order. They'll be here next week."
Ooh.
So anyway, it's coming to McDonald's.
So what you're saying is like, you know how maybe it's because like when they show like McDonald's food that's been sitting out for a long time, how it doesn't really change. Maybe that's like they have to warm those buns up to make them edible, or like
that could be. It tasted weird. Really like almost doughy too. Like it was weird.
It is dough.
Yeah, but like
uncooked dough. You mean like raw dough?
It just I don't know. It was
raw
off.
Dough.
It was just not what you expect.
Whole name for something.
Not what you expect.
I don't know what yet.
Next in the world, raw dough.
Yeah. Now.
Anyway, that was my McDonald's story.
Are we going to turn this into a wrestling podcast? I like that idea.
Brother.
Oh, I was just cracking my can. I was making a lot of noise.
That was
Sorry.
a lot of noise.
I apologize.
Surprising.
I also had an eating out escapade today.
Oh yeah? Did you go to McDonald's and they told you to toast your buns?
No, it wasn't that at all. You guys ever been to Jones Brothers Cupcakes?
I have.
So I was...
I like how we turned into an NPR podcast. So what's Jones Brothers? What's the big up there?
How did you get any frosting on your cupcake?
Oh, yes. I think it's delightful. I love the frosting.
Delightful.
It's so amazing.
So I was in the area to see a movie, and I stopped in and I was like, I'll get some ice cream.
At Jones Brothers Cupcakes.
Yeah, yes. I wanted to cool down.
They're known for their ice cream.
That's positively backwards.
I agree. That was shallow and pedantic. No,
Why did he get that? He didn't deserve that. That was undeserved.
I don't know.
I'm going to defend you now.
I think that was more for Trevor continuing on the NPR story.
Hey, I wasn't the last one to do it, so.
Yeah. I know, but you enabled it, so that was for you, Trevor.
That's right, Trevor.
There,
Thanks, Trevor.
I did it for Kyle. You've never gotten it for yourself.
Wait,
I have
to
too.
himself.
Oh, have you? Okay.
Anyway!
So had a whole episode.
So you had ice cream at a cupcake shop.
I had ice cream at a cupcake shop, and this is what they gave me to eat the ice cream with. I don't know if you guys can see this. I'm holding it up to the camera.
Right with you.
It's a little tiny spoon.
It's a shovel.
We're bringing props
it's
now.
It's a plastic.
It looks like a spade.
Show it from the side. It's incredibly thin.
That actually does look like a shovel.
Like, my first thought when I got it was, isn't this what we say white girls do when they go through a breakup? They just eat ice cream with a shovel?
Except it's a really tiny shovel because they're on the Matthew McConaughey
really
diet.
tiny shovel.
It's awesome.
That's all I have to say.
That's like, did you guys see the movie Dallas Buyers Club where Matthew McConaughey got
wanted
to. It's a really good movie. But he said to like lose all that weight, like for like a meal, he would eat like a little like tapioca pudding thing, and he would just eat it with a spoon like that, and like eat it real slow.
Because you're tricking your brain into thinking you ate more.
Well, he said it would kind of work that way because that was like a meal for him, one of his meals. So it was just like,
not to mention, it just takes more effort to eat, so you're done with it sooner.
And you burn more calories.
Yeah, it's kind of because you're digging with the shovel. Yeah, so we asked people on Facebook and Twitter if hot dogs are sandwiches. We didn't get a lot.
Can we get a vote?
We didn't get a lot of response. We got one person, Lisa, that said that she kind of never really thought about it, but now that she has thought about it, she's leaning more towards a sandwich because it's bread and meat and it's put together.
You're tearing me apart, Lisa!
Why is that?
Because I wanted to say that.
Oh, okay, cool. So yeah, I don't know. I'm leaning towards. Well, I don't know what it would be.
It's a hoagie.
If it's not a sandwich, it's a hoagie. A hoagie's
Isn't
a
a
sandwich.
hoagie a sandwich?
Hoagie is kind of bun.
Yeah, so that's what I mean. So
I don't know that I would consider it a sandwich though.
It's a hoagie
What?
with a wiener in it.
Why is it not a sandwich?
I don't know.
If it was a sausage link, would it be a sandwich?
A sausage sandwich, they do call them that. Like,
I
you
guess
put
they
the
do.
onions on it, they can get a sausage sandwich.
I guess so.
If-
I don't know. I've never thought of it as being a sandwich before.
'Cause is a
It's just-
hamburger
It's just a
sandwich?
hot dog.
If it was strips
A
of
hamburger's a
beef,
sandwich.
See, I guess I think of a hamburger as a hamburger, not a sandwich.
It's a type of hamburger. It's a type of sandwich. You know, the bun.
how is a hamburger not? This is more important. How is a hamburger not a sandwich?
Yeah, that's what I'd like to know.
Well, have you ever gone to a restaurant before?
It's in the sandwiches section of the menu.
Not
Can
always.
confirm it's in the sandwich section of my restaurant.
There you go.
It's not always though. A
Nathan
lot of
owns
times.
a
Wait,
restaurant,
hang on.
and
A lot of
it's in-
times it's in its own separate spot. And
Burgers.
sandwiches are on the other side.
Boogers.
It's a specific type of
But
sandwich.
sometimes it's lumped in with the chicken sandwiches and stuff.
That's
like
true.
Burgers. And
That's true. That's
Sometimes
true.
Though it would say
Making me
like
very
burgers
hungry.
and sandwiches.
I am hungry. Who wants to go to McDonald's?
all right, this has been a great podcast. We'll see you guys next week.
Bye.
This has been Men in a Tub. Sandwich time. So
Oh, that was our
music.
A sandwich is a food item consisting of one or more types of food, such as vegetables, yada 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 yada,
Yeah.
placed on or between slices of bread, or more generally any dish wherein two or more pieces of bread serve as a container or wrapper for some other food.
Sandwich.
So I guess that would include not only hot dogs but also pitas
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
Euros.
Yeah.
hot pockets.
Those are sandwich shops. So that-
I believe that Hot Pockets are advertised as sandwiches on
They
the box.
they are.
On the box, I think it says a sandwich.
I didn't know that.
Hot Pocket. We should have that sound. That would
No,
be
we
awesome.
should not.
Nope.
No. I didn't, yeah. Anyways, I think it's settled.
Sandwiches.
A hot dog is technically a sandwich. I think that's.
Wait, that would be if it was a hot dog on a bun. Like
Okay.
my youngest daughter likes hot dogs,
But without the bread, she
but without the bread.
low carb.
So that is not a sandwich.
That is not a sandwich.
It's a hot
No.
dog.
It's not an unwich either. That's not a real thing.
That's wrapped in lettuce.
So wait a second. So you could have a hot dog that would have a bun and be called a hot dog, or you could have a hot dog without a bun and it's called a hot dog.
So does that mean the bread is technically a condiment, making it not a sandwich?
I think so. I think so. I think that's why hamburgers
Has
and
anybody
hot dogs
has anybody ever been out of buns and just like used a slice of bread for their hot
Yes!
dog?
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah,
That's actually if you.
It is really
I like
weird.
it.
I've just like if you fillet the hot dogs.
Yes, and then you
cook
make
them,
an actual
and
sandwich
then
out
you
of
make
it.
a sandwich.
Yeah,
Or
sandwich.
You do 2 hot dogs to a couple slices of bread. Make a nice mean weenie sandwich. Nothing like flaying the weenies.
I would
Right,
just-
Caitlyn Jenner? So anyways, what?
I would just like to point out that according to that definition, ice cream sandwiches are not sandwiches.
Oh,
They-
because
Because that's not bread.
it's like
Ooh.
it's like chocolate bread.
It's bread.
It's not-
It's bread.
I think it's
sweet
more of a
bread.
cookie.
It
It's
is
a
more of
sweet
cookie.
bread.
It's more of a cookie.
Look up the definition of bread.
Okay.
It's a sweet bread. It's made of a dough.
Bread.
We're getting educated tonight.
It's like cake, chocolate cake.
This is like our
bread.
most in-depth conversation ever, and it's about hot dogs.
And now
As it should be.
ice cream sandwiches ish.
They're called ice cream freaking sandwiches. Like I think.
But
Some are called ice cream cookies.
Bread is a staple food prepared from a dough of flour and water, usually by baking. That would exclude cookies.
No.
Cookies are baked. in
Flour
that
and
flour.
water and baked.
Cookies.
Cookies. They just have
Maybe
sugar.
I don't know what I'm talking
They have
about.
sugar and sometimes eggs added.
Yeah, I think cookies and bread aren't that far off. It's just more sugar and like it's
Yeah.
a denser, maybe more butter,
A little bit.
Hmm.
Yeah.
sweeter.
Ooh. Is there any other sandwiches that are made with cookies?
Yeah, cookie sandwich, like the cookie ice cream sandwiches, where it's
Yeah,
2
but
cookies and ice cream in the middle,
Is
like
there
chocolate
anything,
chip cookies.
Anything else?
What about like the Oreo? Oreo is
Oreo. So an Oreo is a
What's
sandwich.
the
An
Monte-
Oreo is a sandwich.
Or what about a Monte Carlo where they put the
Oh.
French toast and then they put the meat in between?
And then they put the powdered sugar on top of it.
Yeah.
That's
That's
really
mind-blowing.
good.
But a Monte
Advertises
Carlo
as a
doesn't-
sandwich.
What?
Oh, Trevor did the mind blow thing for Oreos being a sandwich, and I'm like, it advertises itself as that.
yeah, it's just
Cookie
like the
sandwich.
it's just like the Hot Pocket.
I guess I've never watched.
Except it's
Oreo.
not hot. It's not a pocket, and it's a cookie.
We're surrounded by sandwiches. We just didn't know it till tonight.
There you go, folks. Unless you have the hot dog without the bun, which is also just called a hot dog.
Wait, so if I put 2 slices of bread on either side of my head, am I a sandwich?
If someone
Yes.
eats your face, yes.
Okay.
I'm glad we can settle that. Hey,
Does anyone want to have a Nathan sandwich?
If you do, please send your request to I want to get at mentatop.com.
yeah.
Not I want to
So-
eat Nathan.
Kyle,
Head.
we're gonna do a little plug here.
I just got an email that's very important.
You saw a baseball game, and I thought you were leaning into that.
No,
at that
I
point,
was
and then
not
you
leaning
didn't.
into it.
I got the reference.
But if you go to our website now, which is meninatub.com, if you didn't know, we have a website where
We do.
things are posted. It's meninatub.com. It's super easy to go to because it's a website, and that's how they work. If you go there, you will see the top story on that page right now is introducing Bias Sports.
It probably won't be if you're just listening to this as a podcast, because we'll
have the
upload
podcast.
this podcast.
Yeah, that's a good point. Thank you for clarifying. It'll be
yeah.
up there, though, on the top somewhere, a little ways down. But would you like to explain what exactly is happening?
What
with
is
this?
that?
We got a new podcast that is in the Men in a Tub family.
This was not approved by the Tubcast.
Get over
I'm
yourself. Get over yourself.
Well, maybe who needs to get over themselves?
Maybe
is
you're
the
just
guy
a
who-
glorified special guest.
Yeah.
Probably true.
So anyways, go ahead, Kyle.
All right. Well, basically, we don't really talk about sports here. I think I'm the only one that cares about sports that's sitting here in this tub right now. And so I've decided
I like the sports my daughters are in.
that's not the sports that I care about.
Oh, okay.
So
Because you don't have
I'm-
kids?
No, because he doesn't like your
Because you don't
daughters.
like my daughters?
there we go. There we go.
Wow.
I don't not like your daughters.
Okay, anyways.
What, you like my daughters? It's gross!
Would you just move on?
Sicko.
Let the poor guy explain what's happening here. Okay,
This is
go.
the worst
Just go. Just
sale
go.
we have
Just
ever
get-
had. Essentially,
It's like when a little kid acts up. Just don't acknowledge it.
I can't
Go.
help it. He just
Keep going.
gets my goat.
Okay.
No, I don't.
Okay, go.
Anyway, I wanted to do a new podcast, and I'd been thinking about it for a while. Threw the idea to Eric, and he said, let's do it. So I have got a new podcast that is going to be coming, I believe, later this week. We're going to be putting up the first official episode of it. It's called Biased Sports, and it's presented by Men in a Tub.
Yeah. So that's gonna be exciting. Is that gonna be weekly?
Yeah, weekly. I haven't decided the exact time frame that
Is
it's
it
going
gonna
to
be
come out.
just you, or are you gonna have some guests on it?
Otherwise, it's just man.
Right now, it's just me.
Okay.
But
Me in a tub.
I'm
There
working
you go.
on that. I got to get a
Just
little
drop
more.
it in.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah. Me in a tub.
So
Not the N word.
hopefully this is the first of many to come out
Yeah.
of the Minute Tub family. We're gonna try
I'm
to
excited.
launch some
Are-
more podcasts here.
Are you going to talk about like fantasy drafts and stuff like that?
Maybe. I might. We'll see.
Are you
So-
in any?
I'm in a fantasy league. Yeah. Are you?
I'm not this year.
No.
I decided not to waste my money.
So if you like sports, we like Kyle said, we don't really talk about that here. So but if you do, check out the other podcasts that we're going to be launching soon. The other thing going on this week, which
Crucially important.
I don't know.
Nathan, I'm
I
sorry.
apologize. Nathan's going to be kind of alienated here for just a little bit. But the video game came out last week.
You want to go sit in the couch somewhere else?
yeah.
Nathan?
All right, I'll be back.
Nathan's just leaving. Bye, Nathan.
Okay.
Don't trip over the camera next time you come running back.
Yeah.
He found a comfier
I'm
chair.
glad you
Go
found
around
this.
it. That'd work.
No, Metal Gear Solid came out last Tuesday.
Sure did.
Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain.
It's phantomy.
And I tell you what, it's probably one of the best games to come out in a long time. And I know that sounds maybe a bit hyperbolic.
So since Witcher, basically.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, Witcher's really one of those things that it's like, it's kind of a different game in a lot of ways. But I'm
They're
not
very
trying to
different.
compare it
Yeah.
to another thing. It's just what it does is very unique. It's not necessarily like a Witcher RPG. It's an open world Metal Gear game. If you're familiar with Metal Gear, they're not typically open world. They're pretty linear, and it's also like this weird resource management game on top of it. That,
Yeah.
can,
There's a lot of resource managing.
which you can like just obsess over and lose hours because
People
you
management, resource management, organizational structure.
The
is-
crazy thing is, okay, the Fulton. Let's talk about the Fulton. If you don't know what the Fulton is, it's a little hot air balloon thing that you like strap to people or vehicles, and it keeps me up at night. I get done
Or
playing the
animals.
game, and I just lie in bed thinking of all
Or weapons.
the sheep and goats or whatever I could be Fultoning instead of sleeping.
Do you really do you do mostly animals? I'm finding myself
No,
getting
it's
like
mostly
weapons
people. Mostly people.
and cars
Mostly people.
and people
And jeeps.
I tried
Trucks.
to get a truck one time,
and tanks.
and I recorded it. It failed
You
miserably.
didn't upgrade your
I
Fulton.
wasn't upgraded. It was like on
Yeah.
the second mission,
It
and
has-
I walked up to it and it said Fulton. I was like, "Ooh, let's try this." That was
Did you
before I
not
realized
see
there
the
was a
0%?
percentage. Yeah, I didn't realize there was a
In
percentage
red.
there.
In red.
I learned, okay? It was like the second mission. But I tried Fultoning it, and it like lifted a couple tires up, and then it popped and fell down,
You know,
and I felt real stupid.
You know what's really fun, and I've done this intentionally sometimes, is you can't Fulton someone if there's something overhead, right? Because it can't go straight up.
Correct.
So I'll see that there's a person and they're underneath like a canopy, and I'll be like, I'm gonna Fulton this person just for fun. And so it'll go up and it'll hit the ceiling and they'll come smack back down.
Do
And
they
if-
yell as much?
If they're stunned, they'll wake back up. It's hilarious. Anyway,
So you purposely
yeah.
Fulton them without, and intending it.
Ooh.
So I recorded some footage of me going around and just beating the crap out of my soldier buddies. But this was when I first got the game, and
Did you do the 5 hits? Boom, 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 boom.
it's funny how they are like, thank you, may I have another, sir? Thanks, boss.
Thanks, boss.
You just go around beating them up, and your morale of your team goes up. So you can go around and Fulton these guys off of, they're enemies technically that you're fighting, and then you put them on your mother base,
And then
which
they
is,
get brainwashed, and
Yeah.
they love you now.
Yeah, and
Even if you punch them in the face.
they love you more if you punch them in the face.
Because you're training them.
Yeah,
There's just bodies everywhere in this.
yeah. I just been going around knocking them all out.
I especially like going up and interrogating him.
Oh, yeah.
They'll stop and salute you, and then you just grab them and you're just like, talk.
But then they
It's
tell
just
you
like-
they tell you where it's like diamonds and stuff
Yeah.
are.
They also say, "It's an honor just to be this close to you, sir."
Jeremy, this is where
This is it?
where I Fulton this did the same.
Yes!
Yeah.
It just
Totally
goes
did.
plop. If you were looking down, it's funny because they just hit anyway.
Yeah, but it's a cool game. Has anyone played it much?
I have.
No,
Not as much as any of the three of you have sitting
Yeah.
at the table.
We should see how long some of us have played.
I imagine.
Do you want to see how long I've played?
You've played the longest? How many hours you got?
I don't know. I imagine I played the most though.
Really? Why?
I have fewer distractions.
I don't know though. I put in. I'm at I don't know, close to 50 hours, I think.
I guess I'm not.
I finished
sure
the
where
first 10
I say we
missions.
look
I don't know if you can do it though. That doesn't matter.
online. A couple of us can.
Yeah. But it's
I'm probably at 60, 65
the game.
hours.
The game is
Jeez.
something that's
in a week.
it's something that's not been around. I don't know, and there's so much weirdness going around because of Hideo getting fired from Konami, and then this game's still happening, and
You can have him in the game if you
yeah,
play.
you can rescue the creator of the game. Yeah,
Are you rescuing him from Konami?
yeah, I don't know, maybe bad work conditions. So I don't know. What's everybody's? What do you think? It's a good game.
I thoroughly enjoy it, and I've never played a Metal Gear game before.
I think it's one of my top 3 ever.
Ever?
Ever. What's the other two?
Red Dead is my number 1.
Okay.
Number one game of all time.
They took
huh?
some Red Dead goodness and put it into this game. I would say for sure.
The horse.
I can't really say what my third one was though. I'd have to think about it.
I don't know if I ever would have a top 5 game list. I don't know.
Totally one of the Lego games. Yeah.
But yeah, it's a really interesting thing to see that out of all of this craziness that's kind of shrouded the game, that it's actually really good, and it's fun. And
Lots
it's
of Easter eggs to find, to blow your mind if you care about the story that goes throughout it. But
it's been a long time since I played a game that like I actually think about all the time when I'm not playing the game. Like I'm just like, I want to do this,
and
this,
I can
and
go
need
do
to
this.
and it doesn't. So I've heard some people gripe that like, oh, okay, well, there's a lot of grinding, and you gotta get all these resources, and which
that's part of the game. You
See,
want
but the thing
resource
is,
gather.
it's more. I think it's more about multitasking and managing your time right.
Yeah.
Like, start a project. You're building a new platform. It may take 3 hours. Go play the game because there's tons of stuff to do. There's missions and side ops and like.
But while you're playing, you need to send some of your other
Combat deployment,
and you need to make sure that they're out being used resources. Otherwise, you're wasting all that time.
Well, and see, I think if you are truly like a true grinding thing, I think you're missing the point of the game because I mean, there's such variety in ways you can approach things. I mean, if you're just going up and killing everybody all the time, just like
Run and gun,
just like I think you're just not getting the point of it.
Yeah.
There is a reason that the first gun that you get is a tranquilizer dart, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you put people out and you send them to your base so that they work for you and do all the work that you don't have to.
there's a rubber grenade launcher.
And a shotgun too.
Wait! Rubber grenade launcher? You meaning that it doesn't kill anyone?
No.
Stuns them.
My mind just got blown.
Thanks
for the
magazine.
spoilers,
The magazine,
but-
you can actually throw at someone's head and knock them out.
Yeah.
I saw a video of someone doing that. I don't remember. Was that you?
I
Eric?
tried doing it. I couldn't get it to work.
I think the thing about the game too that is kind of that's different than any other open world game is when you have an objective and a mission, you can literally reach that objective in so many different ways, almost any way you can imagine. Like just the four of us alone talking about the missions that we've done and how different that we've achieved the same goal.
And I want to replay them because they have different goals within them. So
Yeah,
there may be like the main point of the mission, but then there's like 4, 5, sometimes
Objectives,
8
like,
other objectives.
yeah.
But if you take the time to do all those, you actually get a worse grade on the mission. So there's this like kind of duality of do I play through it quickly or do I be incredibly sneaky or how do I get the most points? Because you get points for not killing people, but you also get points for killing people.
But I guess
so
what my point is that you like other game like a GTA or something. There's a very it's an open world game, but there's a very linear objective, and like okay, I used a rocket launcher or I used a handgun, whatever.
Right.
But this game, I mean, there's that one mission. I don't know if any of you guys remember doing it, where you have to get to the helicopter, and before that guy takes off, and then you're trailing him, and you could blow up the helicopter with a rocket if you wanted, and finish that mission. You could do any other number of take any other number of approaches at it, and it.
Well, and it's just you can attack him at any point because there's he's travels around and you can just I'm gonna ambush him here, or there's the objective areas.
I'm gonna snipe him from
Yeah.
really far away.
Yeah.
And that's not even talking about. We haven't even talked about the buddies.
What I did was I killed the driver, and then he's just sitting there, and he wasn't going anywhere because the driver's dead.
Yep.
I hate when the driver gets murdered.
Happens all the time.
I know.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. It's something that and then this year when there's so many games coming out, I'm kind of stressed out because I'm just I don't know if we'll have enough time to devote to this one because there's so much stuff to do that I want to do. You could probably play this game for another 6 months and not run out of stuff to do.
Yeah, not at 40 to 60 hours a week.
No, but
Yeah, I don't know how you've done that.
It was a holiday weekend.
yeah,
That helps. Yeah, that's true.
you're talking since last week. So.
Yeah.
Anyways, it's a great game, and you should play it. We're talking about in the chat. Garbear is asking. We were talking about Phantom Pain, and it's Metal Gear Solid 5.
V,
I guess, but it's debatable.
Is.
Hey, look who's back! Nathan's back.
Nathan!
Hi, Nathan!
Oh, hi!
We're done talking about video games, so Nathan has made his return. But anyways, if you haven't played the game, if you think that maybe it's not for you and you've never played a Metal Gear game and you're not going to like it,
You'll
You're
still
gonna
like it.
I liked it.
You don't even have to care about the story.
If you don't care about the story, I think it's a fascinating story so far. But if you don't care about it,
Twists and
it's,
turns.
it's fine. You can still enjoy the game, and it is fantastic. And I haven't noticed any do we know anybody that's played it on like last gen consoles, like the PS3 or Xbox 360? Because it did come out for those. As far as I know, I think we're all playing on different platforms. Xbox.
We at least got 3 different
PC,
platforms.
PlayStation 4, and it's all running great on all of them, as far as I know.
They had some issues
I've had
with
a couple
their
issues.
online stuff, but they've been working most of that
It seems
out.
like you would in the beginning it wouldn't connect to the server and you'd open your iDroid and it would take forever to like connect, but that seems to not be happening.
I've had a couple of spots where it seems like it's not loading the sound quite right.
Oh, weird.
Is
That
what it
Xbox
is.
One
It's
thing.
Xbox One, yeah.
Oh gosh.
Oh gosh, yeah.
But yeah, it's a fantastic game, and you know, and I feel really bad for. Well, I don't know if I feel bad, but like Mad Max came out the same day, and
But it got horrible reviews.
it did get horrible reviews, and
Did it
nobody's
really?
playing it. And I don't know. I kind of want to give it some time. I want to play a little bit of it because it looks interesting. I mean, but
If any of our viewers have played that game and have anything good or bad to say about it, let us know.
Garbear says he played it on PS3. How is it on the PS3, Garbear? Let us know.
I think he said it's pretty good.
Yeah, you liking it. You're liking it. So yeah, that's Metal Gear Solid 5 or V.
Metal Gear.
Whichever one you prefer, the 5 or the V. It
Oh
works.
man, and you got buddies and stuff. You get your dog. D-Dog is cool. Sorry, I'm trying to stop.
I think I came back too early.
I'm just.
I don't want to. I want to move on, but
I just got to my dog, and I don't know that I want to use him as much because of the fact that the horse gets you places faster.
You can.
But the
run.
dog,
Yeah.
the dog
Yeah, but
upgrades
running.
so much better.
The dog is so
D-Dog will like. He's like sonar or radar or something. Like he
Okay.
just picks up everything around you. You can just go cruising around in the Jeep.
He'll distract.
I need to default in the Jeep so then I can drive the Jeep.
Yeah, he'll
with
just
the
jump
dog.
in the passenger seat and you just cruise around. It'll just be like boop, like resource, like plant,
Here's all the resources.
bird, bear,
Okay.
whatever. Did anybody
So-
kill the bear? The side up for the like? The,
Yes.
Oh, why would you?
I
do
finally
that?
captured a
There's a
bear.
Oh no, I didn't kill it. I captured
Well, you
it.
don't kill it. You have
I was
to
gonna
capture
say,
it. Yeah, sorry,
yeah,
don't
He's
kill
some
the
kind
bear.
of scumbag.
No, I
Why
can't
did you
kill
just kill the
Did
bear?
you then look at it in your zoo?
I just want to
or
know
your
how you
platform?
killed it. Did anybody kill it? I mean, how did you just trank it? Did you trank it?
I just shot it in the face.
I shot it
In the
multiple
face.
times.
Because that's what I heard. I saw other people
You
saying
hit
that.
it once in the head. That's all
I
you
used
need to do.
the rifle, the trank rifle, from a distance, and it was one headshot. I put it out,
Oh.
and I was like, "Whoa, that
I
was
was-
easier than I
Well,
thought."
that was about my
Up
third
close.
bear, so I did it with just one with the gun, but it took a little while for him to go down.
See, it kind of ambushed me, so I was kind of terrified and, hopping around trying not to die. So I kind of had a hard time getting headshot off.
Oh.
Shut
It took
off.
me a while to realize I could dive out of the way.
Yeah,
It tells you.
The diving.
I know, but he didn't get close enough to tell me that
Oh,
it was
okay.
diving, and then I was dead. So
Yeah.
There you go.
Garbear does say that Mad Max is cool, but it could be so much better though.
Yeah, I think that seems to be the general consensus from other reviewers and.
But you got the game, you just haven't had a chance to play it.
Yeah,
right?
it's installed. I got it on Steam, and it's like, I'll play it someday.
probably not.
I think part of the problem is especially I don't want to get out of the mood for Metal Gear, so it's like I've got it sitting there. I'm just like, it looks good, but I'm just like, I just want to keep playing Metal Gear though.
Yeah, you got to Fulton them things. You got to Fulton them people. I got to get them
Oh,
A+ soldiers.
That's right,
I
A
don't
plus
got enough of
pluses! A plus pluses!
Oh,
Metal Gear is love. Metal Gear is life.
this is true.
Thank you, Nathan.
Thanks,
You're
Nathan. There's Nathan talked for you, Garber.
Yeah, there you go.
Said Nathan, look at Gates' comment. Yeah, Nathan's not much of a video gamer, so he has to be patient.
So we went and sat on the couch for a
He,
while.
he left and
Fly.
came back too soon.
Yeah, because we just kept talking about Metal Gear. What about Quiet? Do you guys like using Quiet at all?
No.
I just unlocked that mission
Bloody
today.
skin.
I think-
That's all I gotta say.
I've been quiet once.
Yeah,
Maybe
Quiet's
you should
awesome.
be quiet now.
Quiet,
Were you quiet with bloody skin?
I feel like D-Walker is the one I use the least.
I've never
Yeah.
used D-Walker. I've stolen some.
See,
I've never used D-Walker.
If I ever wanted to just be like completely ridiculous, I would use D Walker. But if I was being honest though, I would use the tank if I was being
I
ridiculous.
used D-Walker once.
How many
with-
tanks do you have?
I have one. Oh, okay. Well,
There's
how many? What do you consider a tank? Because I have two
There's
APCs that are
three-
heavily armored.
no,
and I
there's
have a legitimate like M1 Abrams tank.
there's 3 tanks,
Yeah.
actual tanks, barrel tank, and then there's the rocket launcher thing, and then there's the one that Anyway.
Why would you not use that? You look like a dinosaur.
You can put the trank pistols on
Yeah.
D-Walker. One time I just rode up on a base and just drove right up to their faces and just shot them all in the face with tranks. Like,
Because they're trying to shoot you and they can't hurt you.
Yeah.
I need to unlock this thing right now.
Yeah, you're a little behind there.
I am way behind all of you guys.
Okay. All right, we're gonna
That's
move
'cause you
on
went to a baseball
for real.
game.
We're gonna move on for reals. Enough about Metal Gear. It's quite possibly one of the best games ever created. Even though some people have said it maybe feels a little unfinished in the story department, it's still one.
Well, you know what?
Well, actually,
Some people are more.
51 episodes.
You can still be critical about a good thing. It's not that you can't be critical about a good thing, but
If you're okay with spoilers, look up 51st episode. But if not, don't.
I don't even want to ask.
Nope.
So
Yeah, it's a story thing, but anyway.
Amazon announced a 1-hour alcohol delivery service. Huh?
Yeah.
Oh,
Can
yeah,
they
in
do it
Seattle.
via drone? Because they're
Well,
kinda
I-
nice,
With
right?
Fulton?
I don't know if they're faulting liquor to people yet, but that is something that came out last week. That along with they started doing like grocery deliveries. Now you can get the party started without even having to leave your house, which could be a good thing. I mean,
So is it all day or night, or is it
that I don't know if they mentioned.
like, hey, the bars are closed,
Um,
let's just get on Amazon?
But with Amazon Prime, it's got a 1-hour and 2-hour service in Seattle, and so they can order alcohol deliveries there.
It's
Jeremy,
impressive.
I can think of one good reason why they ought not do it with drones. Minors.
Oh yeah.
That's true. You wouldn't be able to check IDs.
Because they're underground?
Yes.
Oh, you just
And
Nathan.
you're in the air with the drone?
You just Nathan.
You did! That was...
You had to think about it. Yeah!
Yeah,
That
you
was-
that's pretty good.
That was real great.
So yeah. Anyways, what are
So
we
yeah, I mean,
thinking
I
here?
just
There's
I think
alcohol and there's drunk drones delivering alcohol.
yeah. Why not? I mean, why not do this? Really? I mean, it sounds like this is an idea that could help with even keeping people off the roads from drunk driving. You know, when the party runs out and
It's
you
just-
need to get some more beers
Hey
instead of
guys, you want
driving
some
while you're
pizza
drunk.
and beer? Let's just order both.
Yeah, you can order pizza from the pizza
When's
place.
Amazon gonna deliver pizza?
I don't know if it ever will, but
Well,
would it be as good? I mean, they could probably order the fat like frozen
pizza
pizza.
is part of their
It's better than delivery.
But I mean, if
It's
you're
DiGiorno.
if a person is so drunk that they have to order more alcohol because they're afraid to go out and get it, they're probably okay with frozen pizza.
That's true.
Can you do it from the app?
You're
That would be
assuming
the most
that-
important part.
You're assuming that they're only using this delivery service because they're drunk. What if they just don't
That's
like
true.
going outside? There are
That
people
is
who
true.
are afraid of human contact.
Okay.
It's true. I saw that once in a movie.
And there are people that are afraid of pickles. But anyways,
Yes.
speaking of pickles, there's a video online.
Eric was done talking about that story. You're setting up everybody's stories tonight, aren't you?
I know I'm just trying to keep us moving because we were like blabbed way too long about Metal Gear.
Oh, we did.
You
So-
did.
So Kansas State is in some hot water. They have imposed a $5,000 fine on their marching band after their performance this week in the opening of the season for Kansas State. They apparently
Hey, wait, shouldn't this be on the other Tubcast? You're giving our time.
shut up.
Give us a second.
This is
It's supposed to be on the Bias Sports podcast.
Can I get up and
okay. Yeah. Well, Jeremy,
So bored.
Alright.
I believe you found this story and wanted to talk about
No.
it too, didn't you?
No,
Oh,
I
that
didn't.
was Nathan. I'm sorry,
was
I
Nathan.
stole it from Nathan.
Hello.
So anyway, they made their rival Jayhawk mascot with their marching band, and we've got the video up here.
Yeah.
And they took
Kind of point.
what is supposed to look like the USS Enterprise from Star Trek, and it was supposed to blast the
Bird.
bird,
In
but
the mouth.
instead it looks like it just kind of was very phallic in its shape, and looks
bird
like the
and the-
bird is just kind of eating the phallic spaceship.
In other words, the bird and the ship were having the love that dare not speak its name.
Yes.
That is.
So
I
they-
like how the bird kind of like it hits its gag reflex. And it's just like oh.
and it just
There's like a
explodes.
testy problem on that then.
Okay,
They wanna
yeah.
get that looked
No,
at.
Okay, I see. it,
what I'm saying, I mean, I see it after I had the explanation, but I saw this video before anybody had said what it was supposed to be, and I would not have in the stands seen that. I would have seen
So why'd they get
the
fined?
inappropriate. It's a self-imposed
intentional?
fine.
Self-imposed fine.
How
Yeah.
does it make sense? I'm
They-
going to pay myself money.
No, they're
No,
paying
they
the NCAA
they
or
self-imposed the fine
whatever.
on themselves.
They said,
Oh.
"Hey, we messed up, so we're going to pay a fine."
Aren't they a state school, so it's technically taxpayers who are paying for it?
I
Not
don't
the
know.
Okay.
Sure,
We should-
maybe.
That'll be on Jeremy's new podcast.
It's
called
politics.
Uncle
Pause for
Presented by Men in a Tub.
Uncle Sam's little nephew.
I was thinking more of doing like a survivalist type.
Podcast.
You can do the same.
Oh, you're into
Yeah,
survivalism
do
a
it.
Yeah,
little
we're
more
gonna
than
do like a Naked and Afraid episode.
And then this could be about like a prepper thing.
Yeah,
It could be
prepper
like a
thing.
prepper.
Here's what you do
This
to
is-
make a bunker.
Wow.
It's-
Have your go bag.
I did not know that you were that into this
Your
stuff.
bug,
Have
your
you given
bug
up
out.
on your politics?
Yeah. Well, it goes hand in hand, you know,
That kinda-
because
yeah.
The politics and
when it all
survival?
falls
When it
apart.
all falls apart. That's right.
Well, it shouldn't fall apart if you're into
Well-
politics and you're making a difference here.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
But
Well,
if
we'll
it
move
does,
on.
be prepared.
We'll move on. Comedy Central is making TV shows now for Snapchat, including one called Swagasaurus. Apparently,
It's very
it's
creative.
Probably like a lot of other
it's
Snapchats.
supposed to be a comedian, James Davis, explaining slang words and phrases in pithy 10-second clips full of excessive jump cuts and on-screen definitions.
What was that 6-second app? The 6-second
Vine.
video? Vine. So it's like Vine extended.
Well, this is Snapchat.
This is-
Oh, because you can
Snapchat.
only watch it once.
Yeah.
Except that you can probably
you
watch
cheat.
it as much as you want with this because it's on the Discover tab. So basically, they're going to put out a series of comedy shorts in 10 seconds, which kind of makes sense. I
Yeah,
mean,
because they're losing Key and Pill, so they're just like,
Key and Peele is pretty good.
yeah, what happened? Why are they
What
quitting?
is the deal with that? Because they're
I'm
pretty.
pretty
awesome.
sure that Key and Pill realized that TV is dead, and they're probably going to go do something on the internet.
that makes
Yeah.
more money.
Well, I have seen them in a lot more movies and stuff too.
This
Yeah.
this internet video thing, I think it's really catching on.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it might be working out.
maybe.
It
Yeah.
may be around to stay. I don't
I'm
know.
fighting a segue to talk about the Apple TV, but I will resist. So, anyways, this is going to be Snapchat TV, which sounds awful, but
Yeah,
I'm
I
sure
don't-
someone going to enjoy that.
Someone will enjoy that. Probably
Teenagers
teenage girls.
everywhere.
I don't know. I mean,
White girls.
maybe teenage girls like Snapchat.
I don't know.
Garbage.
You're right. There's guys too. They're hoping to get those nudie pics.
Or provide them.
That too. Yeah. I suppose that's also an option.
Garbear seems to think seems to like the
The
Snapchat
idea.
thing.
Okay, maybe it's
Garbear,
gonna,
what's your Snapchat name?
yeah, it's
now?
Garbear.
Garbear.
Go ahead and add you right now.
Oh, hey, Garbear! Wait, is he our bear story for today?
Do we have a Snapchat? That would be awesome. if
Maybe.
Yeah, we
Garbear
do.
sent
You can
us a
follow us on
Snapchat.
In a Tub. We do have a Snapchat account.
There you go. So Garbear, send us a
Hey,
Snapchat.
look, it's a bear.
Yeah, there's a bear on my screen.
Do it.
I'm going to Snapchat something right now, and if Garbear goes and looks, we'll put it on our story feed. So yeah, look at Men in a Tub on Snapchat, and we'll put this on there. So right now, I'm going to add. Oh wait, hopefully this is
Whoa.
not my account. Or, I mean, because that would be cool if I just posted this on my personal account and then no one found it.
No one would find
So anyways, I'll do that later. You go find
Except for a
us.
bunch of teenagers.
Kyle can talk about his next story.
it. Yeah, I'm actually out.
You're done? You tapped out?
We're at Nathan now.
Oh, Nathan.
What's the matter? You don't want to talk about Brian Cranston's Tiny Whitey?
Why
Oh,
did
you guys
want to
are
talk about
forcing-
underwear?
You guys
Come
are gonna force
on!
me into it, huh?
What's that about?
Well, I'll tell you.
Kyle?
It came out recently that there was a lot more underwear time with Bryan Cranston on set than just the scenes that you saw him in his whitey
On set
tights.
of what?
On the set of Breaking Bad. I'm sorry. I didn't-
Explain
I'm
underwear
sorry.
time.
Oh
Wait,
no!
Why is there an underwear commercial?
I don't know, but I'm just. Oh, come on! This is terrible.
Explain underwear time.
Make sure there's no audio.
I'm sorry
coming
to
out of it.
anybody that was watching.
Hopefully
If
there's
you
no-
heard any of that audio
Yeah.
that jumped through.
I do.
Yeah, basically, he said that with Bryan Cranston, anytime that you couldn't see his pants, they weren't on.
He just didn't wear
That's what it said.
What, just because?
They said that it changed a lot of scenes, if you know that, and just kind of watching through, they've got some gifs of different scenes that you see, and if you think that Bryan Cranston's just in his underwear.
So has he explained why? Like he just doesn't like to wear pants?
Just because. I mean, I think to bring some levity.
Pants of the white man.
Like to get into character?
Well, I think just to help break up some of the seriousness on set because of the. I mean, it was some deep storyline.
So like, hey, check out package.
If we could scroll through some of these here, I'll take over here.
Yeah,
because he's Snapchatting.
I'm busy.
So there's just this one where he's standing there saying "Say my name" and he's probably only in his whitey tighties.
I don't think so. Because a lot of those there was like pan outs or pan ins, so they have to take that into consideration.
Maybe we don't know. It could be done exactly how I want it, as he's sitting there. Hey, Snapchat.
That's funny.
Hi, Eric's taking snaps.
Snaps.
Let's see. There's
the pants actually flying.
Whoa, there's sounds. And then there was just a video of them with the pants flying off of the RV. If you remember the beginning of the series.
So that's actually like
that was actually
like a hidden joke for them. Then his pants are off.
Yeah, that could have been. So I don't know. I mean, I wasn't there on set, but
you wanted to be.
No.
You're GD right.
Thank you. Hey, thanks Bear for Garbear for adding us on Snapchat. We just
posted
a video on our stories. So that's
we'll post some other stuff on there for you.
We'll do that. So Bryan Cranston hates pants. Well, good for him. That's good. Pants are kind of restraining, and
I'd say we just take part.
Garber says pants.
I think we just. I think we
Jeremy, just take those pants off.
I just have a shirt on.
No, we saw your pants.
You're a liar.
It's too late. We already saw it. The pants.
PG. Sorry,
okay.
Guys. PG.
You'll lie.
So Breaking Bad was a really well-directed show, right?
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about a really good director then.
Oh, yeah.
You guys ever heard of Tommy Wiseau?
Oh, the greatest.
The greatest.
I don't recognize his name, but I have a feeling.
Uwe Ball.
No.
Okay.
I have a feeling you'll tell me some of the movies that he's directed.
His most famous one was The Room that came out in 2003. This movie is so legendary it literally tours. Like people just go to theaters where it's touring and watch it.
Okay.
Interesting.
Which movie is it again?
The Room.
Oh, okay.
The Room.
Like it's good or it's that bad?
No, it's that bad.
Okay.
No, it's that.
It's that bad.
So
right.
It's good because it's bad.
Yes, it's literally one of those. But Tommy Wiseau, who has directed other projects, by the way, has recently come out and said he enjoyed the Fantastic Four movie, and he's surprised they didn't call him to make it. And he said
that bad.
He said if they ever make a sequel, that they should just call him. And actually, let me pull up the quote because I want to read it in my approximation.
In your Tommy voice.
In my Tommy voice.
Yep.
I told you I saw this Fantastic Four. I'm not being critical. Let me put it this way. I like it. I did enjoy it, number one. Number two, it's too bad they didn't call me. That's all I want to say, and I rest my case. That's all I can tell you. Good response in Europe, though. That's my understanding. But it's too bad they didn't call me. That's my point. Maybe if there's a sequel, maybe if your article gets me that job, who knows what will happen.
Okay, that is amazing. Wow. I mean, not what the quote was.
That was better acting than the Fantastic Four movie.
It sure was.
I like we were just ripping on it.
I haven't seen it.
It's garbage. Film trash.
See, now you just made me think of Garbage Pail Kids, and it can't be worse than that.
Well,
maybe
it is. Well, that's
there you go.
So there you go, Fox. If you want to do a second Fantastic Four movie, you've got a director.
Which is a mistake, but you got a director.
So speaking of things catching fire,
what? Oh, because there's a guy on Fantastic Four that catches fire.
Yeah.
No.
Jokes.
So the Weather Channel caught this on film. It's a fire-nado.
So that's a thing now.
A fire-nado on a lake filled with bourbon.
So can we expect this to...
Is this in Texas?
No, it's in Kentucky.
Oh, that's not right.
It's bourbon.
I guess. I don't know.
Kentucky bourbon. What a waste. I'm
So you're
guessing
saying
the
it's the
heat-
perfect storm.
Yes! It's a firestorm.
How would the fire spread if it's all coming to the middle?
Thanks, Matt.
Okay, so now my next question is this going to be involved somehow in Sharknado 4?
It has to be.
Sharknado 4. The Firenado.
Flaming sharks.
Shark hyphen
Not gay ones.
Firenado.
Flaming ones.
Fire shark.
Fire
I feel
shark.
like that
Oh,
could be
there
a
you
Marvel
go.
superhero.
Ooh, probably
Fire shark.
the movie's probably already in development, coming out 2022.
It started in development when I said that sentence.
Yeah, it did. Actually, they already had people that had traveled in time to find that idea,
Oh.
and then
Yeah,
they
they found it on the
developed
internet.
it, Yeah,
Some
Disney had the technology.
newfangled web video thing.
One more story out of me.
Sure, go for it.
So I think it was last year, the current Dalai Lama announced that he was not going to reincarnate.
Oh, he was just like, it's not.
Yeah,
for me.
because of the whole, it's a whole political thing.
Right,
Because of China's oppressing.
right. Because
So he was not reincarnating by like in protest.
Yeah.
yeah, he's basically saying, I will no longer be a puppet for you guys.
Oh, okay. So totally not gonna reincarnate. I
Right.
mean, I was gonna be the most like ball and butterfly, but screw you.
No, the Dalai Lama will reincarnate as a human. Okay, see, there's this whole thing where ordinary beings get reborn involuntarily, but the Dalai Lama is considered what's called a bodhisattva, who voluntarily reincarnates to help others along the path.
But they find who he reincarnates as all the time. Every
Right.
time it happens. They know immediately. It's like,
Yeah.
is there a twinkle in his eye?
I don't know, they have some sort of
Has he ever
method.
been a woman?
I watched a Scorsese movie on it. That's a source.
So it's like the
They
Highlander.
even Santa
There's only
Claus?
one.
Yeah, there's only one Dalai
So,
Lama.
so he's
There
Highlander.
could only be one.
So he's not gonna help people out in the afterlife, is what he's saying.
No, there
he's-
is no afterlife for him because he keeps reincarnating.
No, he's saying, I would only continue to be a pawn at this point, so I'm no longer of any use to anybody. And the Chinese government recently came out and said, we do not care. We will find a new Dalai Lama. We will make him the Dalai Lama.
Wow.
Which kind of defeats the whole idea of the Dalai Lama
Yeah.
reincarnating.
Huh.
Yeah, but I'm just interested to see how this will affect Tibetan Buddhism, because there'll probably be a camp that goes, well, we know that's the fake one because the real one said he wasn't going to reincarnate. And then there will be people who go, but they told us this was the real one.
It's gonna be super confusing.
Well,
for
they
you.
won't be real. They won't be
I
real.
apologize.
Yeah, there'll be those phony Tibetan
for
Buddhists.
you and your Buddhist.
But they won't say anything about it because, I don't know, some vow of silence or something for some of them.
Yeah.
What?
And no one's going to listen to them because they're like on some mountaintop in the Himalayas or something.
Stereotypes.
I don't think you know much about Tibetan Buddhism. It's really more of
They
a
were the
Japanese Buddhism thing.
brown robes or the white robes?
I think they're the orange ones.
Orange robes. Okay.
Yeah.
Don't do they like
The
kung
shaved
fu or
head.
something?
Like
That's-
ponytails in the
That's
back.
Japan.
And one of them's got like an arrow on their head or something.
That's Avatar: The Last
There's a,
Airbender.
there was a panda.
That's Kung Fu Panda.
Okay.
Okay.
Which
We're
is also set in China.
But wait, the Highlander was...
Guys, we're
That was
disintegrating.
Scotland.
the Highlander.
We're crashing and
Let's look at Matt Damon's abs. How about that?
Can
You have my attention.
Yeah.
Uh,
We got one for the ladies here.
Potentially for.
Hey, don't limit it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose. I mean, if that's your thing. But,
Damn abs.
anyhow,
Bourne is back? What?
they're making another Bourne movie, a legitimate Bourne movie, not
Born or
these-
Wait,
Bourne?
oh, because not a fan film. They had done
Yeah,
some of
yeah.
this.
Oh yeah, no, it's not some weird side story.
Dude
thing.
got ripped again.
Did you watch the other one?
Yes, I did watch the other one, and I thought it was okay.
I didn't watch it. It looked like poo poo, but I guess maybe it was alright.
It was like a big long side story.
I don't get Jeremy Renner. I don't get why he's famous, other than for The Hurt Locker. That movie came out, which was all right.
He's a good actor.
I don't think he is. I don't like him very much.
I think he gets typecast.
As what? The dude with the bow and arrow
and the smirk?
Like,
you just say that.
Hey, he didn't have any.
He
didn't have any bow and arrow in Mission Impossible.
Yeah, he did a good job in Mission Impossible.
He was forgettable at best.
He was forgettable.
Yeah, in Mission Impossible, he was like the also ran as kind of
like
character.
Jeremy Renner is just like this guy that they just stick in movies because they don't like. I don't know because like the other guy was busy. Like I don't know like what.
He's a stand-in.
Yeah, he's always forgettable, and I mean like the Hurt Locker. Like I think it was like this misplaced credit he got because like I feel like that movie wasn't what Avatar dude his ex-wife made that movie.
Yeah,
James Cameron's ex-wife like directed that movie, and so she was getting a bunch of publicity about this movie, and then somehow I think Renner just kind of got like sucked into that hype machine, and then all of a sudden people were just like, let's put Renner in our movies, and I don't get it. I don't know.
Did you see American Hustle?
Yeah, and I didn't care about his character in that either. Like,
okay.
All
right. Let's take a look at some of his films.
I don't know.
He was in National Lampoon's Senior Trip back in 1995.
Hansel and Gretel. I mean, come on.
That looked like that was terrible.
I'm trying to think of an actor to compare him to.
Wait, Hansel and Gretel? That was terrible.
Like who is who could like who's an actor that would just like okay if Renner's busy we put this guy in there?
Colin Farrell?
No, I don't think so.
I don't like Colin Farrell in much.
I just
of
can't
anything.
stand this guy's smirk. He always has this smirk on his face.
The best in this last season of True Detective.
I will say I've seen some stuff that he's been in that I've liked, but I just don't really care a lot for.
I don't care for him either.
For him. 28 Weeks Later, that was a good movie. I enjoyed that with Jeremy Renner.
28 Days Later was much better, but sure.
Well, yes, 28 Days was the better of the two, but that
I didn't even know Renner was in that movie.
He was like the main guy in there.
He was in the Louis TV show.
Really?
Yeah. So, anyways, I didn't mean to get completely sidetracked with Renner, but he just kind of annoys me. So, anyways, Matt Damon is back as Bourne, and is the gist of this tweet/story.
They should make this movie about the Dalai Lama and call it Reborn.
Not Reborn.
Ta-da.
Not.
Oh, I'm sorry. Is that the one that we were trying to do?
Yeah, that's okay. So are you excited about the potential for this movie, Trevor?
I think it could be good. I have no idea where they're going to go because I mean, if you've read the books at all, you know that they're not following the books at all.
That's okay because
that's the way the movies go
anymore.
Yeah.
What's so
books are boring.
Oh, the books are better than the movies.
Are you talking about like those paper things that are bound?
I think I saw one in the Smithsonian
have,
once.
You can kind of flip through them. They smell really old sometimes.
Cool. Old books.
Then you like sit down and you read them, and you don't have a backlight for them either. So
Hey, now they've got these things called Kindles
Ebook.
that will do the same thing and hold hundreds of those.
And they'll read to you.
Trevor, what's reading?
But then I don't fill my room with flammable materials, so it'll burn down very easily.
That's weird.
When a forest gets too wild, a purging fire is inevitable.
So Force Friday was last Friday, or was it this Friday?
It was last Friday.
Oh, it's last Friday.
So I mean, if you're foolish with money like you are, like I am, you went out and bought some stuff, and one of them being
I can't hardly see that.
Mr. Kylo Ren here.
Oh yeah.
I suppose Mr. Kylo makes no sense.
You can put it in front of Nathan's face.
You should pull that a little bit closer to you.
Nathan can show it off
okay.
better.
This is his Ren doll.
Yeah.
It's a doll.
Mm-hmm.
Back it up just a hair. It's kind of out of focus. There we go. That's nice.
Children's play toy.
Yes. Well, I got.
You're a sad, strange little man.
I bought this shirt too as well. But no, it was. I mean, you could be really cynical and be like, "Oh, it's just them doing cheaper marketing and trying to make more money," which of course
it's Disney.
But for me, if you're excited about Star Wars, it was an exciting time.
Did you buy the $150 BB-8 robot?
Okay, that's actually kind of cool.
Not yet, but it does look really cool, and so that's what these images are here.
I like the one next to an orange.
I bet you Chris Hardwick bought it.
So it's pretty cool looking. I don't know. I mean, I might need to watch some videos before.
You can actually if you through the phone, you can watch. It can like do the little hologram
You can have it answer questions.
videos, like "Save me, Obi-Wan. You're my only hope." But yeah, it looks cool. I want one. We should get one and just like roll it around on the table.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that would be perfect. Yeah,
Yeah.
I could totally just play with that next episode.
So Bear says he'd rather watch Die Hard serious than Bourne series. I think he's meant.
Die Hard was awesome.
Die Hard.
But it died.
Two different things.
I
The
didn't
last
watch
movie
the
was
very
not
different.
good.
I said was past
Yeah.
tense.
Yeah, I didn't watch the last one. I watched the one with Bruce Willis.
See,
I didn't know Bruce Willis wasn't even in the last one.
Oh no, he was.
He was.
Oh, his joke.
He pulled prank on you. Funny joke.
American tough funny joke.
Yeah. So, Trevor, you found this little gem on YouTube, which I don't know if people know about this, but
Oh my
See,
gosh, I
okay,
love
so
this.
they should
I
look
was
it up.
I was just going through Netflix, and I came across this, and it like some of the artwork looked, as you can see, or if you're listening, you can't. It looked very much like Breaking Bad, and so I was like, "What is this crappy?"
This
knockoff?
came out like 2 years ago, though, right?
So yeah, this is actually quite old,
Mhm.
but I had never heard of this before.
What?
This is an entire, I think it's Colombian remake of Breaking Bad,
Somewhere
and
in
it's
South
officially licensed.
And if you haven't seen this, there may be some spoilers in here. So sorry.
It started immediately at the finish of the Breaking Bad. series.
No,
Okay.
this isn't the.
No, it's,
you're saying the
it
show.
started
Sorry.
when
Yeah,
the show
yeah.
ended.
And I like how the Walter White character is like this nerdy Mike-looking guy.
He looks
Yeah,
like
I was
Hugh
gonna
Laurie.
say he looks like Mike.
I like Jesse's character.
Yeah, he's like pretty cleaned up. I wonder if we get. Yeah, there's Jesse.
Yeah,
If you look.
Jesse.
He's just like.
He's like older and
yeah.
cleaner.
Yeah, this does not look like a good Jesse character. And then there's let's see.
Oh, that's
Was that
the
Tuco?
Mexican drug lord
Oh,
guy.
that was
Tuco?
Tuco, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then let's see.
God, Tuca was nuts.
Well, he's definitely
Oh, there was
a
the
little
turtle
more
blowing
nuts
out there.
here. Yeah.
Oh, this is a
Tortuga.
good scene. There's a head on a turtle. Is that supposed to be?
Hey, that
Hank?
doesn't look like Danny Trejo.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah,
that's Hank right there.
That's Hank, yeah.
The one in the grocery store parking lot's pretty good too.
Yeah, Hank is like. He does not look like the Hank we know and love.
So yeah.
It's like a bad explosion and
Yeah.
people jumping around.
Well, they didn't even show him triggering it at all. It just like randomly explodes.
It's lost in translation.
Oh man, I'm sure they.
Apparently,
I'm
That was
sure.
a different movie.
I'm sure they say something about it.
There you go. There you go.
Oh, this
a
is
little
when
farther though.
The twins.
Oh yes, the twins. Oh, man.
Otherwise, it's long. There you go. These twins are like Cheech Chong.
This is like their day off from the Indian casino. I think. Like,
You know what they remind me of?
You guys remember that,
It
right?
kind of reminds me of Psy.
Oh,
The Japanese guy.
Not what I was going to say. I was going to say
This
they
is
were-
great. Watch this. Watch this.
oh. So
I was going to say they remind me of the Merovingians guards in The Matrix Reloaded.
oh yeah.
But
So if you want to waste your time watching a scene-for-scene remake of Breaking Bad,
In another language.
I will say, I mean, for what it is,
it's pretty trashy.
yeah.
Oh,
But I
okay.
mean, it looks
trashy.
looks better than most of the stuff that I've ever seen passing through the Spanish channels on TV.
By some happenstance,
How is that?
by some happenstance, I had read about this long before I was ever part of this show. But apparently, since meth isn't as big a deal down wherever this is made,
Albuquerque.
Albuquerque.
New Mexico.
No, yes,
I think it's old Mexico.
yes, down in Old Mexico. But since meth isn't as big a deal wherever this is being made, they actually have a running gag of the characters not knowing what meth is.
Oh really? Or was this meth thing you're talking about? This is rock candy.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Melted on the spoon.
All right,
this is kind of embarrassing.
it
but
is.
If you guys did you guys hear about the Kentucky clerk who like refused to like what was it, like give them a gay marriage certificate?
Any marriage
You
certificate.
mean that
Any
hero?
marriage certificate.
I heard something about that.
She was refusing to give it to anybody?
Yeah.
Not
I thought
just
it was,
same sex?
I thought it was
No,
to a
really?
specific gay couple.
No,
Yeah, I thought it was
she canceled all marriage certificates coming out of her.
Because they
Really?
allowed the gay marriage.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
I have to say that makes it sound a lot worse than most
Yeah.
times ever. I mean, it's still like totally scummy, but
So
I mean,
she works for the government and she refused to do her job and she like screwed up some people's stuff. And then all of a sudden she's a hero because of it for some reason.
No, the worst part is she had an out of just having her clerks file it and leaving her name off of it, and she refused that option.
Yeah. But you do your job. Like if you have a job, you do your job or you quit. Like you go do
Well,
a different
her
job.
argument is she's an elected official.
That doesn't matter.
I don't
It
care.
It
doesn't
means she
matter.
represents the
you still
people
resign.
of her county,
But
not.
You use your job to.
But she's not representing the people of her county if they're asking to be married and it's something that's been legalized.
Well,
she said
technically,
something
the court
about
doesn't
it.
make anything legal because they don't write laws.
Did you hear her excuse about like, well, my dad was a pastor.
They
so
actually just
I thought I
got
had
rid
to
of
do it.
laws that they thought were unconstitutional.
I,
So they didn't
I
make
like
it
this
legal.
comment here. We
They
cannot
made it not
criminalize the
illegal.
Christian faith or anybody's faith in this country. That's not what's happening. That's not at all what's happening, Mike
How do,
Huckabee.
you, how do you misunderstand that, Huckabee?
And
I don't understand why Christians are so threatened by the gay marriage thing. It's not. It doesn't directly affect them in any way, other than the fact that they don't like someone telling them that it's okay to be gay. Like, and it's like, why do you get defensive if you're strong in your Christian faith or whatever? Than just
Why is someone else's actions
be a
that you may
Christian
consider
and live your
sinful
life.
impact your
yeah,
life?
Yeah. Why is
No,
that? Why?
That's interesting and true.
And then they always have to say, well, because I have to explain it to my kids. There's a lot of stuff you're going to have to explain.
That's
to your
right.
kids.
yes.
Just get used to it and be a parent. Like,
But I
so
want to shelter my children.
anyways, she got put in jail, and then she became like some sort of martyr. And so then this Yankee Candle lady gets out of prison today, and
Tell us how you really feel.
now I'm sure she has a big collection of American Dolls as well. So here we go. This is the creepiest thing I've seen in a while. Do they know that Survivor is not a Christian band?
They probably had lots of sex.
I like the broom with the cross attached to it loosely.
She's crying. This is Huckabee's there holding her arm out. Huh. She's gasping. These people have all turned up for the hero
I don't think all of them live there.
defending the right of straight marriage. Yeah, I don't, she's gonna talk eventually. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because that's the Christian thing to love others.
Yeah.
Except for.
Why is there a cross?
Are they
on a
chanting
broom?
USA? What are they chanting?
Huh. You got saved.
Oh, we
Wait, he's giving. Well, she's gonna preach now.
She's also hailing.
That's not hailing.
She breaks her silence. It says breaking news. Huh. There's gonna be a spaghetti dinner at my church after this. Yeah, that I don't know.
This is so dumb.
I really don't know what she just said there. I really don't.
I think she was caught up in a wave of emotions, potentially. It's one of those things where, it feels like it kind of gives like people of the Christian faith kind of a bad name, and it's like, why do you? I don't know, but maybe the media just likes to perpetuate those stereotypes, and that's fine. That's the way it is, I guess. What were you gonna say, Nathan? I could see your
No, that was because my butt was uncomfortable.
Oh, okay. I was like, you're on the edge of your seat.
Better?
But
Yeah.
All right.
yeah.
20 times a day.
So yeah. Anyway, she's excited to be out of prison. What I would be too, and that's good. You know, you got Mike Huckabee there rallying for you. But I just feel like all of this energy is so misguided. Like if you're a Christian, why not focus on relationships with people and loving the person and, you know, kind of not...
She is focusing on relationships.
Yeah.
Straight relationships.
Canceling the gay ones.
Yeah, exactly.
But anyways, so we were at this conversation because Jeremy brought up this article Sunday. You were talking to me about the people that get divorced.
Oh, okay. This is where you're going with
And-
it. All right.
Oh, I've heard about these people.
To like get divorced to get the... And they
Or
still
never get married, but...
But I mean, if they are married, they get divorced, and then they like get the benefits, like the single mom, and they still live together and everything. They're still technically married. But I thought this is a great idea. Like I could be like, you know what? Like I'm upset about gay marriage. So
This is the right way, I think, as a Christian to handle this.
I'm gonna get divorced, and I'm gonna reap all the benefits that the government wants to.
But
give
you're
me
only
and my
getting
wife and my
divorced
kids.
because you don't believe that the government
But yeah,
should
that's
be
gonna-
defining your marriage.
That's the
because
argument.
God defines it,
Yeah, so it's the church defines my marriage.
which doesn't
Not
need a piece of
the
paper
government.
from the government. So
Yeah,
you
so-
should get rid of that piece of paper by divorcing.
Exactly. So if you're a Christian, you're married,
Get a divorce.
like you know, and just you be married in the
Unless
church.
you're a gay Christian and you're married.
Let's rephrase that. Get legally,
legally
Divorced.
not
not in God's eyes, because he
Yeah.
doesn't believe in divorce anyway. But a lot of
No.
Christians
And then you'll
do.
be committing adultery all the time. That's a no-no.
That gets in the way.
That's a
Yeah.
problem. Yeah, you don't want to do that. So, anyways, there's just some helpful advice from Minute Tub. You're welcome. Hey, today's Apple Day.
Yay!
I like the transition.
If you like apples, then how about these?
No, says the guy who
apples.
just told us on his Apple Watch.
Surrey.
Had something interesting to say.
Surrey had a lot to say today. So we got all kinds of stuff today. We got a new Apple TV. We got a new iPad Pro, which is
Update
like
to
a
the software.
giant iPad thing. You got your new iPhones. You got some new straps for your Apple Watch. You know, if you want to.
And how much are those? Like $150 for a strap? For just,
$50.
For the
oh, they
cheapest
they
one.
lower. Oh,
50
okay.
bucks.
For the
If you guys can't tell, there's a lot of Apple products that we're into.
I like Apple stuff.
No, I hate Apple stuff.
Yeah,
All
as
of
with
them.
your watch.
Trevor
and
hates
your-
them.
Stuff sucks.
and all the people.
iPhone.
Wait, the 5 Max.
Yeah. So
Can we get a sponsorship?
yeah.
Yeah.
Apple, we
Yeah.
want you to sponsor Men in a Tub.
Because
Thanks,
I
podcast
need a
is brought
new
to you by Apple.
iPad that we have
And
yet
phones
to discuss.
and watches. Jeremy would actually wear a watch if you sponsored
No,
one
I
for
wouldn't.
him.
He would.
Jeremy,
No, I wouldn't.
Jeremy, if our sponsorship dictated that
Okay,
you
if
would
they
only be able to
dictated
get a
it, I would
sponsorship,
wear it while I was here.
no, that's not the way that it
The
works.
thing is, I think if you got used to it, like if you wore it for a day and then you realized, hey, you know remember that time when I had a 3GS and Eric texted me when I was peeing and I dropped it in the toilet?
That happened, folks.
That's a real story.
But you look at your wrist, you don't
But-
drop your wrist in the toilet.
Look at that.
do you?
You got your right hand busy and your left hand high, and you're good.
That's
and
funny.
your iPhone doesn't die.
Wow.
So-
That's a song.
Yeah.
Yes. Got you right here, busy.
That's get your zipper back out. Get your zipper back out.
yeah, see? Yeah.
Wow.
So
How's
that's
my
the thing.
left hand getting high?
It's raised because you're
Yeah,
looking
you
at
raise it up.
you raise it to look
Because
at
it
it.
brings
Oh,
it-
not like chemically high.
No.
Nope.
No.
Not like meth. I know you're not familiar with meth with where you're from and your culture, but
Right.
it's, yeah.
Yeah.
So
I'm
yeah,
Colombian.
it saves that thing because you just look and go, oh, okay, that's Eric just being a bozo, and I didn't have to drop my phone in the toilet.
Oh, and he sent me his heartbeat while he was peeing.
yeah. You don't want to know where that
Yeah,
watch
see,
was.
I can
Yeah.
send Eric my
Uh,
heartbeat right now.
Do it. That'll
Why
be
is your
super
heartbeat
cool.
racing,
We
Eric?
can get like super intimate here.
Let's bring it down.
Yeah.
But anyways, Apple announced some cool stuff. Let's just hit some of the bullet points. They're trying to...
ProPad.
Okay, Jim wants to talk about that.
I want to talk about the Pro. I'm going to call it the ProPad.
It's an iPad Pro,
Yeah.
which they kind of falls in line with their naming
Convention.
convention of like the MacBook Pro.
I'm getting one.
You're getting one.
I'm getting one.
I'm excited for you to get one.
So you're
I'm
basically
excited to
getting
get
a
one.
computer.
It's a giant thing
It's
with.
not giant. It's the same size as what? A
It's like
MacBook Air.
It's like a 13-inch laptop screen.
But it weighs the same as the current
Yeah,
iPad.
it's real thin. and it's huge, and it looks awesome. And it's got like, I don't know if we can get to it. You can really play the organ on it because there's, it's so big. There's 3 colors. There's no, sorry Jeremy, no rose.
I know.
No rose gold.
I'll get my phone back.
There's 4 speakers on it. Matt Damon comes included as the Martian.
Sweet.
October 2nd. Not really.
What about the smart? I like how they have the alphabet. Sorry, it was funny the way you got it up there.
Well, the thing is,
because of Google.
This is the thing that I think it's funny how they. I mean, I don't know if it's funny, but they like just completely ripped off the Surface keyboard.
Oh, totally.
I mean,
but the Surface is a ripoff of an iPad
with a fully keyboard. I mean,
oh my gosh.
Yeah, it is. It wouldn't have existed without it.
If they ripped off the Surface, can we see all
It's
the
like
other parts?
it's
So
like
you're right.
smart phones. They wouldn't exist without Apple.
No,
They
they
wouldn't
wouldn't
exist
exist
without
without BlackBerry.
No, BlackBerry had a keyboard and was ugly. I had one, completely unfunctional.
That was
the
considered the start of the
smartphone.
smartphone.
Yeah, well, no.
You're right. Apple perfected it, but
And
you
everyone else
have to,
copied
you
it.
have to concede that
Everyone
the
else copied it.
BlackBerry started.
Nobody
the
copied
smart-
BlackBerry.
Oh.
Yeah.
Obviously did because Apple did.
Motorola copied BlackBerry with the
Okay,
Q.
that's true.
Remember
The
the
Q
Q? Everybody
was-
had that Q for a while.
Everybody copied BlackBerry because now you had a phone that had internet connection.
Hey, Australia! Thanks for watching.
Yay!
Watching Australia.
Hey,
What's-
are these
Tell
products
everyone that
available
you
in
know.
Australia?
Yeah, I think they're all
Sweet.
available when they launch.
Should we give them a hearty good day?
Sure.
Good day.
All right, I'm sorry if that's.
That was
That's
really
Nathan. He's our
offensive.
special
Yeah,
guest.
he's special.
I don't know if that's.
I'm not
offensive
here all
to
the
you.
time. Sometimes I go and sit on the couch.
Yeah, sometimes.
Which isn't actually over there.
That's timeout. So then they also announced the pencil.
Yeah,
It's
they
called the Apple
reinvented the pencil.
Which it's getting like people are making fun of it, which rightfully
they
so.
have to make fun of it because they named it that.
Right, but it's actually kind of cool. Like if you look at this little animation of it, it's so sensitive the way that they have a lot more like sensors in the touchscreen, and then working with this pen, like you can.
So does the pen only work on the Pro?
Or pencil? Yeah,
Sorry, the
think so.
pencil, Apple Pencil.
I think so. If you're like drawing straight down, like let's say you have an actual pen, like one of these clicky pens, it writes like a pen. But then like if you hold it to the side, like you're using like watercolor
Like
or
a
something,
brush?
it'll kind of work more like a brush. And it doesn't, when you're using the pen, it doesn't recognize your hands, so you're not like smudging and drawing stupid things with your palm hand. It's really cool. I don't know. I'm excited for Jeremy to get one.
I could dig it, except for the price tag that comes along with it. That's the part that's
for the
tough
pencil.
Yeah, that's the part that's
The
that's
pen-
tough
and
to
the
swallow. There,
smart
$99.
is pretty impressive yet expensive as well.
Yeah. and these
Keyboard to me seems like that would be something that would I
You
would
could
probably
get a
use
Bluetooth
more.
keyboard for $20
You're right.
versus $150.
You're right.
And it's what's cool is it doesn't, so it's not Bluetooth, and that's why it's cool, because the iPad Pro has these little like 3 little capacitive little sensors on it, and so when you put it onto the actual keyboard, that's what it powers the keyboard and it sends the data across it, so you don't have to
I didn't
charge
realize about
the
the
keyboard.
powering. That's actually cool
So
you
because
don't- yeah.
I have a Bluetooth keyboard for
and you'll never need that again.
Yeah,
That's-
yeah.
I like it. I like
so
it.
that's really smart.
Okay, so BMAC has a challenge for us. What's something none of us have?
that's Apple.
That's Apple I see there.
An Apple Pro.
Or how about nothing we have currently or that we've never had? Because
I-
I've had every rendition of every Apple
None of
computer
us-
No,
back to a
Okay.
Performa. I never had an Apple
None of us
or
have a Mac Pro.
or a
No,
Lisa.
no,
We've never had a new Mac Pro. None of us.
Yeah.
I don't have that garbage can thing.
Not the brand new
Yeah,
one.
the garbage.
Not the new black one, but I
No,
had
I
a
know.
previous Mac
I
Pro.
know you had a previous Mac Pro, but none
I
of us
love you
had
too,
the
Eric.
new one. I'm saying.
That's true.
Okay.
I want one.
We solved it. That's cool.
I want all of them though,
I want to
and
catch
I
them
don't
all.
have
I
any
don't want
money.
to watch.
He wants to catch them all. Just
I
like
wanna
the
watch.
soldiers
And I want.
in Metal Gear Solid.
Actually, I don't know if I'd be as excited to get the Pro. And I think it's just because of how big it is. I like
That's
the
what I
Mini
like
that I
about it.
have. I kind of want to get a.
Jeremy's kind of blind, He likes.
I kind of want to get an
It's true,
iPod or an iPad Air, but I don't. I can't
Yeah.
justify it right now.
So now the question. So I want the iPad Pro, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
So and it's time for me to renew phone. Get
Yeah.
a new phone. So the question is, and Eric, you have the 6 now,
6. Yeah.
and you know people with the 6S Plus, whatever
Yeah.
it's called, Plus. Not.
Yeah.
So is it the 6S Plus and the 6
No, the 6 Plus.
6S and this
6
6S
Plus
S Plus.
Yeah. Success Plus.
Pluses.
I kept thinking they were saying success a lot today at the conference.
Success.
The iPhone 6S. And I'm like, would you stop bragging? We get it. They sell a lot.
So do you think I should get the larger phone?
I do. Here's why.
What's your thoughts? Because you've
Here's why.
operated both.
It's stupid. It's the dumbest thing you could do is to get the big phone.
So that's why I should do it.
No, because I'm definitely going to do it the next time. Like this thing, this is nice and big, but
It's stupid.
the problem.
I don't understand
it's stupid
your
because you
rationale.
don't need that big of a phone, right?
Yeah, so why should you
But if
get
my iPad is that much larger,
Yeah.
I
your
would
phone
feel
fits.
like there's some envy going on between
Yeah,
the two.
but it's not that big. It's not like that. So it's
Carrier apparently has a 6 Plus.
see, yeah.
Oh, there you go. What do you think? Did it bend? Because
No.
they fixed that.
The new metal, they have new aluminum
That's what I
in
just
this.
said.
Yeah, so it's not in better glass. So
and I can get a pink one.
my wife has a 6 Plus, and I just like when she's not around, I just like to hold it because I'm like, oh, it's so big. And
So many jokes.
and
so many jokes?
it's like it's
when your wife's not around,
Uh,
you like to hold it because
yeah.
it's so big.
Yeah.
That's what you just said.
yep.
Okay.
Quote me on that. But it's
Okay.
it's it's just nice. It's nice to do stuff on it because everything's just more in your face, and it's I don't know how else to explain it. It's dumb, and it's probably just like cosmetic,
I just
but
like
it's awesome.
just carrying around in my pocket. I love how small, because I have a 5S,
Yeah.
I love how small and sleek it is. I don't want that much surface area, honestly. Because I don't do much with it. I'll look at Facebook in the morning when I don't want to get up and go to work. But I mean,
Mhm.
I don't really need any, like a huge screen for it, because I have my iPad for that.
One thing I didn't like about the original iPhone and the 3GS was the rounded edges, right? Which now the 6 and now the new 6S and 6S
Bring them back.
have it back. Eric, you've had it for a year. Do you like having the round edges, or did you like more of the squared off?
It
I
was
can grip this.
well. It's like every time they come out with a new model. I mean, I've had it since the 3G, and like every time it's like I'm kind of like, oh, am I gonna get used to it? Like when the 4 came out, I was like, okay, that's really nice, and the 5 is like, okay, the design's great. I was a little concerned about the rounded thing. It like feels like it's gonna slip out of your hand, but it's just a matter.
I did drop your phone actually, like the first
yeah,
day.
it's just a matter of getting used to it though.
So, because I thought it was slippery.
Like I felt like it weird about it, but then like after a couple weeks, you just get used to it. It's fine. So I would say get the 6 Plus. I think it's a smart decision.
I'm not
because
going to.
It's a
Yeah,
big.
but-
I'm
Yeah,
gonna get a
but-
6S,
So
or
the
I'm
Plus
gonna get a
and the Pro.
6S.
Gerber agrees with it. He says he's watching this on the Twitch app.
there you go.
And it says it's nice.
That's the thing is like it's just
Nice.
it's a little more pixel dense than the 6, and it's got a little bit better camera.
Well, so the S has an incredibly better
yeah.
camera,
Well, now it's the first
right?
12 pixel camera.
and on the front, right?
Yeah.
That's the biggest difference.
Well, it's 5
And you can
megapixel
have a
camera.
moving
But it was 1.5.
wallpaper.
Yeah, there's this new thing with the
Pictures are amazing.
Giggity.
I had a moving wallpaper
They
in that
re-
haunted house
they-
I lived in.
They reinvented
Okay.
pictures,
Ooh.
pictures and pencils.
Yeah. Well, pictures now when you take a photo on the new iPhone, it's gonna record a little bit of video at the beginning and end of that photo, and then it'll move kind of like a Harry Potter newspaper thing.
If you
Uh,
use the 3D touch and push hard on,
And-
right? You have to use the 3D touch and push
No.
hard on.
No.
Well, you
To get it to do
to
it
watch
on-
it,
yeah.
to watch it, but not to take the picture. It just automatically does it if you have that set.
Well, and that's
You
something
can get some awkward ones.
I wanted to mention that too, like the 3D touch stuff. I mean, I was thinking to myself when I kind of was like halfway listening to the conference. I was like, most people probably
Halfway.
think. I honestly was. I was.
He
working at the
was
same
because I was like, "Hey, did you hear that?" And he was like, I don't know."
I listened to about like 10 minutes of it dedicatedly, and then I was just like, I really need to get this stuff done. But anyhow, the 3D touch stuff, I can say as a person who's not like the hugest fan of Apple.
Who owns how
the-
many Apple products?
I own several, but actually, anyways, the 3D touch thing is actually a pretty cool thing because I mean I've got the Apple Watch, and that's currently the only thing that has a 3D touch.
No, it's a different name.
Well, it's still taptic feedback. They still call it that.
It's the same kind of thing, but I mean, as someone who's kind of experienced it, it is actually a pretty nice thing. It takes a little while to get used to, but it's.
Well, I think the
It's
interesting
nice.
thing about it is what it's going to allow app developers to do, because
Yeah.
they're opening the API for the 3D Touch to the app developers so that they can start making apps that feel like you're kind of diving into them and
Yeah.
Like
a little
on
more.
the watch, that's one thing that took me a little while to get used to. But it feels like, man, am I gonna break this? But you just push on a little harder, and then you feel a little bump, like a little tap, and it really works well. So what that is just a little vibrating motor type thing in there that magically works because it's Apple and it's magic.
Now,
So
one other thing that I really found interesting about it is that they've got different payment plans now that seem like they're competitive to what like the providers have.
Okay, that's
as far as
actually-
being able to give you the option of, I think you
It's a
you end up
trade-in
paying
program,
a little
right?
bit more, but it's a trade-in program.
but
that
you get
allows
Apple,
you
you
to-
get Apple Care Plus with it too.
So what do you
Oh,
think?
is that included with it?
Yeah.
Okay, that may make
Oh,
it
that actually
completely
makes it worth it. So right now,
Which
I-
this is
Oh,
gonna totally,
man.
this is totally gonna tick off the carriers.
yeah, because all of the major carriers have this kind of a plan.
Mhm. They have
But
this.
you
They
have
have this.
to renew the plan to be able, like every year you basically renew the 2-year plan with Apple, but you renew it every
Well, it's
year.
a 1-year plan.
Well, it's a 2-year,
24-month plan.
Oh, okay.
but it gives you the option after a year to be able to change your phone. So then you basically, when you change the phone, you renew it for
so
another
it's,
2 years.
it's identical
Yeah.
to AT&T Next.
Yeah, exactly.
To,
Only it's something that's
Verizon, I forget what they
strictly,
call it.
only it's something that strictly is
But-
with Apple.
So think of it this way: you're getting an unlocked phone from Apple, and you own that phone technically, or you lease it almost in a way.
Yeah, because you have to
Mhm.
return it or you have to pay for it, which is the same thing the other plans are.
But you're not stuck on a plan to. You're not stuck to a carrier. So if you're just like, I want to try out Verizon, you can just switch. Like,
The only downside
And
is
you're
the
bringing your
buyout of your
phone-
contract.
no,
No,
you
you're
don't have
bringing
to.
Well,
your
no, what I'm
phone.
saying, yeah, but won't or is this going to completely replace it?
You're unlocked. You don't need a contract anymore. You have an
No,
unlocked
I
phone.
understand the phone aspect
You're
of it,
saying
but
if
as
you
far
already
as
have a
your
current
contract or plan
So it
with
depends-
the
Oh,
company,
if you have one right
you
now.
may
It
have to
depends on
have
what
your
you have.
buyout or whatnot, but that could change that going down the road
Well-
with people too.
Well, no,
So
it's
I'm
not.
really-
If you're out of your contract, you're out of your contract. If you're not out of your contract, you're not out of your contract.
Yeah.
That's the end of the story. So like,
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
If
If
you've
you're
still
getting a
got
new phone-
contract,
if your 2 years is up, you're getting a new phone. You just like sign up with Apple instead of going back to your.
Oh, you get a
carrier.
better,
Yeah.
or you go to T-Mobile, who will buy out your contract, and then you get rid of T-Mobile.
Yeah, exactly. That's a good idea. I think I'll do that.
There you go.
especially since there's no
Well,
coverage
so,
here where
so
we're
this
at.
is going to be great for me because I'm on the AT&T Next plan, and mine is coming up, and I do an 18-month one on it. So, which means I can get a new phone every 18 months, right?
Yeah, but
I
with
have
the
to
new
return
plan,
it.
Are
you
you
get one
pre-
every
With a
year.
new plan, I get one every year.
Are you pre-ordering?
And
on
the only
Saturday?
difference, it's like I'm paying like $28 a month for the next plan, and so it's
Yeah.
like $32, right? For
Garber is asking when it comes out. It comes out
the end of the month.
The pre-order is on September 12th, and I don't know. Is this
29th.
The 29th is the release date. So yeah.
Oh man.
So anyways,
Oh man.
we really got to.
But the iPad Pro is not
coming
coming out to October, right?
Yeah. So
Hey,
like-
this was bound to happen that we
It
would go this
it's
long
Apple
on
Day,
Apple Day.
you know.
Well, and have Metal Gear and everything else.
Yeah.
The other thing is the Apple TV, real quick, just so you know, there's new Apple TV. I thought it was going to be revolutionary, and it was kind of like, hey, imagine if you could install apps on your Apple TV, and that was kind of it.
but
They
no
didn't-
IR sensor anymore. Anyway.
Yeah, it's all Bluetooth remote, but I kind of thought they would maybe like do something with the content providers and do something cool.
The
They do have,
tvOS
there is universal search now, so you can type in like one like
or talk in.
Yeah. you
Did
can
they
talk
have
to
someone
Siri.
that could rival Gary Busey's commercials for Amazon's Fire Stick?
No, they didn't. They couldn't do that. But that kind of sucks. So.
That
Anyways,
sucks.
go to apple.com, check it out. There's all
Yeah.
kinds of new stuff coming out. It's exciting if you like Apple products and you're a slave to those things.
If you don't, but own a bunch of them, you're only Trevor.
Whatever. He's a free slave.
all right, so I think we've probably gone long enough. I think we might want to just.
Oh, are we gonna really skip over that?
Okay, let's do it.
Come
Let's do
on,
it right.
let's do it.
All right,
We love this game.
This is fun.
this is here we go.
It takes us 60 seconds.
All right, it's that time again. It's Advice in 60 Seconds, the game show where you answer as many Yahoo Answers questions as possible with a yes or no answer and one wild card. Tonight's contestant is not Trevor because he was disqualified last week.
What?
I know
Epic fail.
our first disqualification.
With a nope.
A nope.
But no, that was his answer.
That was his answer. So it has to be yes or no.
And one wild card.
One
You can do
wild
anything
card.
you want.
We're
Tonight's
pedantic.
contestant. We're going to our special guest, Nathan.
Yay.
Yay!
All right, advice in 60 seconds is
All right,
about to start here.
The record is 15. Do you think you have it in you to beat?
Eric.
We will
Can
see.
you beat me?
All right.
Let me know.
Do I have a scorekeeper?
Go,
Yes.
Jeremy.
All right.
Keep score. You ready?
Do I have a timer?
I'm ready whenever you are.
Are you ready, Nathan?
Here I am.
Let's
Rock
do
me
this.
like a hurricane.
Advice in 60 seconds.
On your marks. Get set. I'll go.
What are the major advantages and disadvantages associated with the corporate form of business ownership?
No.
What's the difference between playwright and playwright?
No.
Math help on exponents, power raised to a power, and product raised to a power.
No.
How is this movie The Covenant?
No.
Divide the radical expression?
No.
Can 165 GSM transparent paper print on normal home printer?
No.
Going bald?
No.
How does a commissioner add players after an online draft for Yahoo?
No.
Can't stop throwing up after drinking last night?
Yes.
If I created my own internet, how would I be able to publish websites on it?
No.
Children's books about the brain?
No.
Need a song name?
No.
Disable a pop-up blocker?
No.
Hello, whom do I contact if the U.S. government is not doing their job in a timely manner?
Obama.
Am I becoming depressed?
No.
Which one or more of the following statements is true?
No.
Cobb Megatron trade?
No.
Japanese help?
No.
Linear programming problem?
No.
Please help.
That's
Do
one
antique
question.
lands have more rotary dials, just crank two cups and two bells?
Done. Time's up.
I'm sorry, I tried to spit that last one out. How
Okay.
many do we have?
So we're gonna that last one, while being a multi-part question that he continued to answer, we're only counting that as one. So,
Oh, I didn't realize. I'm
Yeah, I'm sorry, I was trying to get through that one.
but that's okay because that was number 16.
Oh!
Been trumped.
I got the touch. I got the power.
I'm gonna turn your mic down.
The best answer was
Obama.
Obama.
Thanks.
Now, I just want to say I'm
For your free
glad that we decided to play this because we almost missed history.
That's true.
We almost skipped right over it.
That would have been a mystery.
No, Nathan, the puns are not working.
Oh.
No, Nathan.
Just be glad that you got the new high score.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah. Just
All right. Well, that has been answers.
advice.
Yeah, I do it every
Well,
time
that
I read
was
that.
answers.
Those were his answers.
2 advice.
This has been advice in 60 seconds. Next week, we'll see if we can beat 16 answers. I don't know if it can be done. I really don't.
Oh man. Well, that brings us to the end of the show tonight. We have one email. Someone was concerned we wouldn't meet our quota. Christina wasn't concerned if we would meet our quota of bear stories. So she sent in a video of a drunk bear trying to scratch his back.
Well, at this point, I want to make sure we say a shout out to people who watched us live on Twitch.
Thank you.
Yes.
Please
Thank you.
follow
Thanks
us
for-
on Twitch. We appreciate
Or
it.
Snapchat, obviously.
We're sorry about your dead ears.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sorry Nathan yelled in your ears.
Yeah, Nathan got excited. It was advice. It was
It is our special
advice
guest.
in 60 seconds.
Yeah, so
I just want to know what that bear is done because I
It
mean
was-
he's.
It got into some elderberries.
it was swimming in that lake with the tornado.
Wait,
Oh, there he goes again!
Ah.
To those of you who are only listening, you are missing out. This is
But you know
This is
what?
a great
You can
video.
go to YouTube later and see it.
search drunk bear.
There you go.
Drunk bears are the best bears.
Or go to Men in a Tub and watch the entire.
yeah,
episode.
You could do that.
Or could just skip to the end. There's a thing.
No, we're watching this bear, and it's
Yeah, it's a bear.
it's good. It's a bear that does bear
Well,
things.
thanks, Christina.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you
And
very
it's-
much.
It's very good. But anyways, we've got to go. It's
Hey.
been a long one, and we appreciate it.
If you gotta send us an email,
I want to get it men in a tub.
.com.
Yeah, do that. I wanna get at minutetub.com. Bye bye everyone.
Little Sebastian.
Yeah.
Miss you inside special. Bye bye, little Sebastian.
Mike, stand.
Oh,
Yeah.
this is the nice thing.
There it is.
Oh, woo! Ah!
Oh man. Are you trying to see if there's pants?
Ah, my little
No
Sebastian.
pants!
No pants.
The ball of the Bryan Cranston rule.
No pants.
Podcasting.
No pants.
Ah, my little
Ah.
Sebastian.
Okay, Nate.